Follows a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
We continue coverage for Jet Set July here on the MRE Uno YouTube channel as we are continuing the wind down with the regular season. Hello everyone and welcome. We have a very special matchup for you here tonight as this is going to be both the last and not last match of the regional finals slash arrival 8 round for the MRE Uno Division 1 Jet Set July tournament. Originally was going to be the last match. However, there was an issue during the Caesar Luke game that caused that to be suspended midway. It's currently 4-3 Luke. That will get resumed tomorrow, hopefully with its conclusion. Not sure if that'll be on stream or off stream, but hopefully we'll get that one done and then have things situated. But we got our matchup here for the pilot region. It's going to be a very special 1v2. We don't see these too often here with the nature of Uno, but here we are. We get a 1v2 for you here. Two very strong contenders here from prior tournaments here. Number 1 seed Andreas Allen looking to go back-to-back here after winning tournament 3, winning Jaws June, going up against number 2 seed Asim Acosta, who has been having a pretty solid season for himself, all things considered. But this is going to be his first round of 8 slash lead 8 slash regional final, whatever way you want to name the round. It's going to be his first time here in this round this season, so a season best for Acosta here, looking to make the Final Four, add some nice add a nice little cherry on top to the resume here as we kind of get closer to the end of the postseason. We have some players who have been doing a good job kind of doing what they've needed to do to put themselves in good spots heading into 25 when it comes to the Super League rankings. I would say both these players are in solid spots here, but absolutely or Acosta at least absolutely could use to win. Allen just technically could lose the rest of the season he's in no matter what. So I mean, for Acosta, for Allen doesn't really matter because he won tournament 3, so he's in Super League no matter what. But obviously the seeding is going to be big. There's going to be more of an impact. It's going to be a bit more of an impact on that one, but we'll see where this goes. But again, just hoping we have a great match here. 1v2, one of the best matches you can get in this round. So. We'll see how this one plays out here, but looking at the preview for this one, is a top 15 matchup in terms of the overall season. Allen coming in number 6, Acosta number 15. 9-3 for Allen, 4-1 and 27 on the game record. Acosta 7-4, but actually losing on the game record here, 35 and 36. Would like to try and go over 500 with a win here, especially or 500 if it goes 9. But Acosta looking to try and keep adding the wins here. 1v2, as I mentioned before, 14 career wins for Allen. Allen has been a very, Allen's made it very clear he is a very boom or bust player here. So it's kind of seen with the career win total because it's either he's flopping out early or making a very deep run. There's not really much in between there. And we're seeing another deep run here from Allen. And then the Acosta 21 really has picked up a lot since last season, and it's been having another good season to follow up on that. So adding to the win total here, looking for number 22 here tonight. CPU predictions have it going 5-4 in favor of Allen. Allen looking to make his second straight Final Four. Acosta looking to spoil the party and end the run back of getting a repeat winner. So we'll see who comes out on top here, but hopefully we got a good matchup here, and I'll do it for the preview. Gonna go into the channel here. I'm gonna make a jaw-dropping revelation here as the watch party is not updated. We see a lot of people in there, but when we refresh it, it's only just me and Voiles here for this one. So not a lot of people watching. It is a bit the late match, but Voiles got you here, ref and commentary. Hopefully be enjoying ourselves tonight here in this one. Both players not going to be in VC for this one. I know Costa is watching the stream at least, but for Allen, we'll have to type out his questions. But Voiles, how you doing here? Wrapping up the round of 8 here for Jet Set July here, and it's a 1v2 between Allen and Acosta, two players who have shown to be pretty strong on the table so far this season. Your thoughts heading into this one tonight?
I think this is going to be one of those interesting matchups because we rarely do get a 1v2 matchups. Allen is, coming off the tournament win in Jaws June, and then Asim Acosta has been really consistent. So this is really going to be either one of those long series that we may end up having, or it could be one of those very uh, kind of blowouts, but it's going to be a very interesting matchup between Asim and Allen. And I bet we're going to be enjoying fireworks. And I bet you with two power plays, it can make the difference between winning or losing this game.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the two power play impact comes into this one. I mean, again, both players do have prior experience with this one, although Alan with the more recent one with the recent Final Four run. I'm going to be typing out a question for Alan here in just a second. I'm actually doing that right now, but while we're doing that, I'm going to stream ask a question for Acosta here before we get started. Acosta, for you, it's been a solid season here. However, I mean, again, looking at the preview here, you are coming into the ranking, coming into the rankings number 15. So kind of close on that bubble here. I mean, a good run in this tournament is definitely going to help move you up here. But big opportunity here is Alan would be a top 10 win for you. And this would be your first Final Four of the season. What does this matchup mean for you tonight when it comes to how you feel about your overall body of work this season and being able to get the chance to kind of keep the ball moving and potentially get another crack at another really strong win to add to your resume in Mark if you are to in Mark in if you are to win this matchup here tonight. We'll see what Costa says here. I'm gonna type out the question for Alan, then we'll get things started.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next question for Alan. Alan, you've really been piecing it together since Charles Tunis. You now made it once again to the lead and continue the road going back to back. You're in a 1v2 now, though. Biggest challenge so far of the run, and Acosta's going to be very hungry to get the win. What's the expectation for you tonight, and what will you need to execute on to make sure you end up with a W next to your name on the score sheet at the end of the evening? So, yeah, we'll see what Alan says, and then get this one rolling. You see Acosta still typing.
Winner of this game will take on one of the great interesting rookies in Mark, who took care of business last night. So he's awaiting the winner of this game. So going to be an interesting matchup for Mark. Whoever it's going to be, because regardless of who wins this game, he'll definitely be going on the road either against Allen or Acosta in the Final Four.
All right, well, both players typing. Definitely amped to go here. We'll get things rolling once we see how they're feeling heading into this one. But all right, here we go. Costa. This matchup against Allen, maybe getting the win over him tonight would be huge for my season entering the Final Four. However, I play with what I got, and that's being aggressive, especially with Allen. So for Acosta, I think he knows this is going to be a big match here tonight. Really does want to try to get this win here, but is just going to roll with what he ends up getting and make do with whatever is in his hand here. So Costa hoping for the best. We'll see what Allen has to say. Honestly, just have to keep my chin up and play my game. Lost the first time, played a team and shit and stuff, but won't be easy. But will be fun, hopefully, and fingers crossed. All right, so Costa hoping for a win. Alan hoping for a good time. We'll see who emerges with the win. Best of 9, 2 power play. Alan has a golf game on. We'll see where he goes to kick this series off.
Saw earlier today, a lot of calls have been like in the mid tier or low tier as Allen goes for 8, and that's kind of an interesting start. And let's see what we get. We get a red 1 to start.
All right, we'll see where this is. Interesting. Alan gonna go with 8, which is kind of that bordering tier between low tier and mid tier. But we'll see how this goes. Alan gonna start with a Ditto right off the bat. So wasting no time on that one, and it's not quite the start Acosta was hoping for. Gonna have to draw there.
Kind of reminds me of what happened earlier today when you and KT were going at it, and you were like, were you thinking about having the finisher to go for to try to power play and win, or were you thinking, well, I may not have the cards, so let me see if I have any ammo?
I'm not sure if that was a question to me or not, but
Uh,
yeah, we switched the yellow here. Alan now drawing. Acosta able to run this yellow. Alan does get a top deck though.
Let's see what Acosta's got in response. Probably taking a second to look at his hand to see what kind of card he wants to play. Let's see what he gets. Ooh, +2 and a yellow 8.
Alright, gonna throw some cards towards Alan. That's gonna allow him to take the lead.
Alan gonna play with a yellow 0. Let's see what Acosta's got. Oh wow. Triple play right there from Acosta.
Gonna switch in the blue here. What does Alan do? Gonna switch it into green. Alright, so
Yeah.
kind of mimics what he was doing, but goes into a different color here. And Acosta down to 2 here, and I mean, not really a
Wow.
fatal switch on that one, but a +4 is gonna kind of secure that win there. Just kind of just gonna kind of put it on the card there, and cashes out on that one, and it's gonna be 1-0 Acosta to open this one up here. 228, a pretty quick game, all things considered. Both players only with one self draw during that match. Costas actually was at the very beginning of the game. The only question I really have for Acosta is what was the initial draw. Otherwise, I don't got much to say on that. Boyles, you got anything?
Uh I'm kind of I probably am thinking if that first self draw was definitely that +4 he played, cuz I'm kind of curious where that +4 came from. See what Acosta says. Good news for Alan is that, the draw for me was a blue reverse. Okay.
All right, so I mean that helped a little bit, allowed the chain from yellow to blue, but yeah, I mean had the +4 from the start was kind of just trying to line that up to where you could get that finish. So it's good stuff from Acosta there.
Mhm.
Get the scoreboard updated. There we go. Acosta up 1-0, but we'll go to game 2 here. Alan, look at the shake that one off. We don't got much for Alan here, so we'll kind of keep the ball rolling.
Yeah. Let's see if he'll stay with that look. Oh, a no send. That's interesting. We haven't seen that throughout the entire games we've had today. Well, the the game earlier between you and KT, I don't think we had like a no send. I mean, the only thing we had was almost a full send.
I think one of the games we went 6. I'm not sure
Yeah.
though, but yeah. All right. So blue reverse to start here. Alan hoping to get something quick. Off to a good start here with the blue too. But Costa switches the red.
Yeah, I think the lowest we've had today was like the OG7. So that's the first time we've seen somebody go below 7.
Alright, red
Both players.
6, 2.
Both players sticking on red.
Ooh, a wild from Alan.
Ooh.
That might make Acosta feel a little bit nervous here. Because Alan is running this plan A so far, and this is looking to be lining up nicely. Let's see what Acosta has.
What does Acosta play in response to that yellow wild?
Oh, he has a
A
+4 of his own. He's
wow!
going to go to Uno on red. Gets another +4 off
Holy
the start here.
smoke!
That's big on the nose end here, but I think he wanted to save that for the finish. Had to do it one turn earlier. Allen is only going to run red, though. Can Acosta get it done here, though? Or was that ultimately more of a defensive move? No, cannot get it done. I think that +4 ultimately is more. Just kind of prevent Allen from getting anything going.
That was smart by Acosta there. Let's see what Allen's got in response. Looks like he's gonna unfortunately draw, which is not good.
Nothing. Acosta looking for a quick draw here. Kind of get back to what he was originally hoping to have. And not going to get the top deck right there. Going to draw.
Yep. Looks like Draw City has somewhat started up. Will that continue? Yes, it will. Oh, Allen plays a red 5. Let's see what Acosta's got in response. Looks like he's going to draw, so it looks like Allen broke his Draw City. Ooh, switch to green.
Well, back to where they started here at 5 cards. And I think this green will free it up a little bit, but question will be for how long, because both with not a lot of cards here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm gonna switch it to yellow now. I'm light switching.
Yeah, big switch.
Costa's still able to play it.
Now to yellow 8. Costa's out on yellow. That's not good.
Alright. Allen at 3, Acosta at 4. What's the move from Allen here? Going to be double play to get the Uno. There's a +2 in there, so Costa has 2 more cards to sort through. Decision
Does
time
he have?
from Acosta. Goes with a wild green.
Oh no!
Allen
Could
did
that be a fatal switch?
Allen did light switch out of this, and it looks like it is going to be a fatal switch there. And yes,
Ooh, yeah.
fatal switch on that one. Allen going to capitalize and tie it up at 1-1. And yeah,
Skip.
that is one of the ones that kind of sucks the fatal switch on, because I mean that skip there was not going to be likely available for a switch on. So for Allen able to be fortunate enough there, but able to run that one and get it done to tie it up at 1-1. Going into his away stand here, but yeah. Well, I'm gonna type out a question for Alan Voiles. Any thoughts on that game? Any takeaways you have from that?
Yeah, that was very interesting to see. Acosta play that +4 earlier. I mean, if I was thinking he might have was gonna save that +4 in case he had the finish, but fortunately, just wasn't meant to be. But it's his call for game 3. But we'll see how things will go for Acosta as we enter his homestand. That yellow wall really saved the game for Allen. Yeah, I definitely would agree on that. That was a fair play by Allen.
Yeah, because I mean, if Allen did not do the wild yellow there, Acosta would have done the red 9 and then +4 into whatever that last card would have been, and that would have been 2-zip. But Allen able to I mean, I don't know if that's really just kind of some read the guess. I think Alan did that because he was out of red. So it was just kind of natural progression of the hand, but timing worth it absolutely worked out for Alan there.
I agree. That was really good move by Allen. Let's see. I was going to use my power play with a red 9, blue card, and a +4.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's kind of where we talk about that second power play there, because I think Acosta seemed pretty set on that one for game 2. They used the first and just kind of secure that, especially with the nature of the low tier. But really wanted that use that yellow while to force his hand in the gamble on saving green skip in case he went back. Worked out. So all right, gonna be 1-1 here, and Acosta with the call for game 3, looking to try and bounce back here. Let's make the possession line a little bit lighter because it's a little bit hard to see. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. Game 3 call here. Acosta can't pick 8. We'll see. And Acosta gonna take a bit
13.
of a break of the lower cards here. Gonna go a little bit upper with 13 here.
Blue skip to start it off. Gonna make things interesting with 13 cards. Let's see what Costa's first move's gonna be. Looks like he's gonna draw. What does Allen do in response? Blue 3.
All right. 3+7. It's interesting because Acosta drawing off that start here. I'm wondering if he's just trying to add another card, or if he actually did not really have much blue, and that 7 was a top deck. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go for a switch here. Yeah, there it
That's a
is. Yellow
good
6.
point. Yeah. Good point. Does Allen have anything to switch out of yellow, or is he going to be okay with? Oh, he switches to red.
All right.
Go to a red 8.
All right. Back in the yellow here. Yellow 8. Alan gonna get the yellow now.
What does Acosta do in response? Okay, stays on yellow, goes to a yellow 2. Switches to green. Acosta typing. Starting to wonder. Oh, a triple play right there. Ditto's on the reverse there, so the green reverses are gone.
Alan drawing. Costa still running on the green though. Alan does get the green 0. Does that disrupt? It may have. Draw from Acosta. Could see another draw from Alan. Yes, we do. And that's going to be a bit of a rough spot for a draw city here, especially for Acosta, who I think is going to be looking to be trying to be on the move here, but gets a red 0 to get out of there.
So Draw City was short lived as we're now going into a red 1. To a red 9.
All right, switch to
Switches
yellow.
back to yellow. Mm-hmm. Alan's next move. What does Alan do for response? Switches over to yellow 5. Yellow 1. Think with, I mean, even if you use a power play, I mean, you still only have one left, but then if I mean, say if you do use the power play, I mean, it's not the end of the world because if it was like a best of 7, then you would have been out of power play. As my goodness, that run by Allen.
Alan had 6 cards here and is looking for like a 6-card finish. Does he have it? Double
He
+4 there, and
does.
yes, he does. 2-1, 2 straight for Allen there, and he's gonna get it done there. I mean, Acosta was looking good there towards the back end of that one, but ultimately, Allen just kind of loading up the ammo run, kind of in the shadows there, and emerges with it and gets it done. So, yeah, unfortunate for Acosta there. I think he was looking to kind of cook something up there, but Allen kind of holding on to that and being able to roll through and get that one. So, Allen 2-1 here. Only thing I got for Acosta is kind of running it on that. You were down to 4 before that happened. Were you kind of close to getting something going, or do you still have a little bit ways to go, and or just kind of like too much separation?
Well, at least for Acosta, the good thing is he's only down 2-1, and not like if it was 3-0. So
I mean, still early.
yeah, I had
Had
yellow
yellow.
double numbers.
Okay,
Oh,
so I mean, had a few turns to go, but had the lineup. Topped it to
oh,
+4 and saved the rest. Okay, so got a second +4 there and just kind of ran it.
well, good news for Acosta. He has the game 4 call, just cannot pick 8. Let's see what Acosta wants to go. 14, double OG.
Yeah, one up here now for game 4, looking to try and kind of mimic the first homestand here, where it was home win, away win. So just gonna try to copy that one. But yellow reverse here to start. I think that's the second reverse we've started out with in this series so far.
Go to a yellow 7. What does Acosta got in response? Goes to a yellow 4.
All right. Well, running numbers so far here. Switch the green from Allen. Allen looking to try and make it 3-1 here. Would definitely put him in a good spot here going into well, I guess we're in the mid portion of the series already, but we'll put him in a good spot going, I guess, into the second homestand. But Costa looking to say not so fast on that as we continue to run numbers here, and we've had a bit of counting here. Started with a 3, double 4, and now a 5. We'll see if Allen goes for another 5 here, or maybe throws a 6 into the mix.
That's, oh
Or he can
man,
go on a 4-card run here, 3 skips, and goes in the blue. That is
that was a
also an option.
big run there for Allen. Goodness me.
And we'll see if that forces Acosta's hand here a little bit. No, gonna just keep it cool for now. Blue 8. Not a bad idea from Acosta here. Kind of just wait and see. Allen gonna keep running on blue.
At some point, we'll probably end up seeing Pandora's box open up.
Yeah, would need the red for that, although we really haven't, I was gonna say, haven't really done too much on yellow there. Only had a little brief stint at the start, but there's your Pandora's box there. Switch to the red. Alan says not so fast, though. Goes back into blue. But Acosta has the double red, too. He really wants that red.
Says not so fast. I want to go back to red, which is fair play to Acosta. What does Alan do now? Something tells me he's got a long chain coming, referring to Alan. Oh, man.
Reverse +4, blue 9 here. Looking at the stats, just kind of checking that. Oh, okay. +4s are a little closer than I thought they were, but third +4 for Alan. It seems like a lot of them just kind of been coming in as of late. The skips actually have a pretty decently big gap here. Alan really trying for that blue, but Acosta with the wild there, not gonna allow it. Does Alan just kind of run a huge hand here and just kind of leave Acosta with no other options?
That's that's a good question. We're gonna find out from what Alan's gonna do.
Oh man, another
Oh
+4,
man,
and
another.
yeah, I think Acosta was kind of along for the ride there on that one. I'm not sure if there was much he could have done there. That would have been different. Bit of a rough one there. Really good hand off the start for Alan. It's gonna be 3-1.
Man, oh man, that was an interesting end of that one. I'm surely thinking that was probably a couple of top decks on the +4 from Alan.
I don't know. I really am not. I'm not sure if there was any other options Acosta would have had. I mean, obviously, if there was a
Mm-hmm.
+2 on blue, or if he had a +4, maybe. But I mean, Alan just seemed pretty set on what he was going for there, and a double +4, kind of able to line it up and kind of even with the 4 different colors, was able to kind of just get that going, and really kind of left very little room, uh, for little room for error for Acosta there, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-1 here. Allen with the homestand once
Yeah.
again. 2 +4, so let's jump the +2 on the
Holy
end, yeah.
cat.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think Allen didn't draw. I don't think Allen drew that game, so that was a plan A run. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely got nothing else to say other than Alan does have the call for game number 5. Acosta really would like to turn it around. Let's see what the game 5 up. OG7. And blue 9 to start off. That's going to be interesting. Starting off with a blue 9. Go to a blue 4.
Running blue here, and I think after that one, even though that was a match, there was a game that Costa really could not have done much on. There's definitely gonna be more of an urgency to get this one here because does not want to go down 4-1 here with Allen having 2 power plays. So Acosta really hoping he gets something going in this game, but both running it pretty quickly early on. And I mean, for Allen, I would expect him to go low on his homestand here, so that's not really going to benefit Acosta, who's not really been a big fan of this so far in the series.
That's true.
Allen does switch the
Probably.
red.
Mhm. What does Acosta have in response? Both still have their 2 power plays if needed.
Ooh, all right.
Oh,
Little run there
wow.
from Acosta. There's kind of what
That
that
was a
I think
big
for him
run.
that's He felt like that was something he definitely needed there to kind of relieve some of that pressure. Allen up to 10. Costa down to 2 here, still on plan A, but will that last? Switch the
There's a
green.
green 3.
We have not seen green. That's a little risky. Acosta gets the Uno. What's Allen gonna do here? Does Allen have maybe a +2 here on green he could rely on? Oh, it's a double play, but he's gonna challenge the 6 here. He's gonna stay on green and Acosta draws, and I've said this a million times here, but if you're gonna go for that risky switch and then it gets the Uno, I think you gotta stay committed to your decision. Don't second guess yourself and go wishy-washy on it, because that's usually you usually lose more games than not. Costa with another top deck on green, gets the Uno again. Allen played another green 7. Played green 7.
So that means both green 6s, blue 3s, and blue 4s are now off the table.
And this time,
Oh,
Allen is going to play the +4, so he actually did have that before, but elected not to use it. So a good hold there from Allen, but felt like he had to go for it now.
what does Acosta? Goes back to green.
Or green from Acosta here. Does Allen have no more green? He does not. Does does that +4 actually help give Acosta some green? It looks like it will. We'll need to get another. Need to get a switch at some point at least, but able to run this green for now. Allen's still drawing, and now Acosta's out. Got 2 greens off that +4, and no more.
That's definitely big, as Acosta now in draw city. And Allen does draw, so it looks like they may be out on green, so they're just probably drawing cards to get some more ammo, which isn't bad. Green 2 from Allen. Green 5 from Acosta. That's good move as we're still chilling. Up, switch over the red. Red 4. Big switch from Allen to go to yellow. Question is, will that be a fatal switch, or is Acosta okay with yellow?
Double play there.
Double.
Acosta down to
Yeah,
2.
good double play for Acosta.
Looking for Uno here. Doesn't get it. Allen gonna look to keep going on yellow though. Can Allen keep it going? Double play
Ooh,
here with the +2.
+2.
Acosta back up to 5 here, and a bit of a scoreboard flip from what we saw about 30 to 45 seconds ago. Acosta's still drawing here. Can Allen get something going to Uno?
Acosta's come close so many times to try to end it, but
God,
oh,
then
plus
+4 finish again.
4.
Another +4 finish. Didn't even use the power play, and it's now going to be 4-1 Allen with both power plays in hand, and it's been 4 in a row here, and unfortunately for Acosta, it's just kind of been not his night in since had this good start in game 1, but since then it has just not been his night here. Has not been finding what he's been needing, and Allen went away from continuing the run back here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good for Acosta. Now down 4-1, now needs to find something here in game 6 to turn this series around. Otherwise, it looks like it could be possibly game over, but never say never when you're down 4-1. Never say never. There could be a reverse comeback, but we've seen that time and time again.
I was typing there. I'm gonna type that for Alan. Yeah, I mean Acosta. Not really been much you've been able to do towards the end of these games here. But from your perspective, anything any hopes you're looking for here? Kind of going into this one, anything you could look at to maybe try and find a breakthrough? Just kind of any thoughts here. Series not over yet, but definitely has not been a favorable stretch so far. Was stacked with a +4 off start and gave me another. Stay dialed in. All right, Alan, gonna keep it simple. I believe Alan has said that before, so staying dialed in is gonna be the wisdom from Alan here. Yeah, I'm not sure if it costs as much. Might just want to try and get game 6 going to maybe find something here. But yeah. All right,
Yep.
let's just go to game 6 here.
Let's see what. Of course, Alan cannot pick 5, 7, 13, or 14. Just a reminder. Okay, we're going 9.
I'm a little surprised he didn't pick 6. Although maybe maybe with the 8, I don't know. I'm a little surprised he didn't pick 6. I think the 9 is fine. We get a wild start here. We'll see if we get the culture
Wow.
draw, but a little surprised 6 wasn't picked. Is still on the board, but I mean 9 is still kind of in the range of numbers I would have thought Alan would have gone for here, because I mean these lower cards have definitely been working out more favorably. We did get that win on 13 and 14, but I feel like with the way the cards have been going, just kind of running it down, kind of speeding through with the hands. It's just kind of been what Alan's been able to do. Not going to do the culture draw all good. Yellow 6 to start. We'll see how Acosta approaches this, whether it stays yellow, maybe tries to go for a quick switch here, throw off Alan. Nope, going to stay with yellow.
That's, I believe, the first time today from all of the games I've seen. We did start off with a wild card to start off, which is interesting.
And Alan actually did not get what he was hoping for there. I think he was hoping for a quick switch and did not get it. Acosta able to keep this yellow going. Top deck yellow 5 though. And now Acosta's drawing. So both with one draw on this yellow. And that 5 is going to be what Alan needs to get the switch here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the good news is that both players still have their power plays if they need it, if they so choose.
I mean,
So it's
I
not.
mean, I don't know. We haven't even seen power play in this series so far, and with Alan being up 4-1, that's definitely going to be a point of concern here. It's like even if Acosta does end up using it, it's like Alan still has 2 of them, so it's going to be really difficult to kind of navigate around.
Let's see what Acosta's going to do in response.
Yeah, well, both at 6 cards here.
Big question is for up
Acosta gonna
and
go for it here. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually ends up not being a finish. We'll see though.
that's a good question.
Yeah, all right, gonna go for the switch here. Trying to make something happen.
Of course, Acosta now down to 1. Of course, Allen still has his 2, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, we'll see if this switch ends up being playing out the way it needs to, and it's man, if that does not summarize the night it has been for Acosta, I don't know what will. Tried to go for the switch there, and then the power play immediately gets blown up from another +4 from Allen, and that is definitely gonna be salt in the wound there for Acosta.
Yeah, Acosta's not in a good position, which is not good, I'm afraid. But let's see what he can do in a response to a yellow 4
Does get the
triple
switch out.
play.
Does get the switch out. Goes in the blue. That does level things a bit. Alan still has the position arrow lead. Blue 9. A check mark. All right.
I
We'll
think
down
that
to
was
4.
accidental.
That probably was. Maybe we get and then we go back into yellow.
Acosta in a not so good position. Let's see what he's got in response to a yellow 9. Oh my
Runs.
goodness.
Okay, a +4 does come to the rescue for Acosta here, but what does Alan do? Acosta at Uno. Switch to
Green.
green. That's a little risky. We saw a fatal switch cost Acosta earlier on the switch, but this time it won't come back for Acosta here. Gonna have to draw, unfortunately. Alan able to ice it out.
That's big for Allen.
Throws 2 more on top of that.
What does Costa do to try to force another game if needed? Not a good position if you're Acosta. But we'll see if he's got something to say. Blue 3.
Ooh, and Alan drawing. So that's an opening for Acosta here, looking to maybe get down to 2. Ooh, uses the
Switch.
blue, the switch into the yellow here. And it's used as a stepping stone. That's big for Acosta here. Maybe looking to run the yellow, but Alan with a blue 3. Try and
Goodness
break that one
me.
up. Does Acosta have something? No, Acosta has the blue reverse, and the switchback actually
Wow.
wins it for him. Wow, okay.
Wow.
So the switchback actually gets it done. He has a fade there. Allen gonna fatal switch it back into the blue, and Acosta gets one back on the board in a much needed win.
That was a great move by Acosta. Never thought that plan was going to work, but it did somehow, some way.
Did not expect that. Yeah, Allen was a bit caught off guard on that one, and Acosta checked out thinking he already won, but all right, back in the ball game. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, looked down and out at times, but was able to find a way to get back into it. Acosta, Acosta, I mean, a move like that and a win like that definitely could be a momentum shifter here, especially with you having the call here for the next 2 games. Any thoughts on just kind of being able to execute on that one and put some life back into this game here? Because there was definitely at times during this game where it felt like it's a bit dreary, but that's a huge win to kind of help boost the momentum a little bit into your favor going into the final homestand.
I never thought that strategy was going to work by Acosta, but somehow it did. But goodness me.
I mean, that's not the first time we've seen fades. I think the real shocker with that one was the fact that Allen drew on blue the last turn, and then had the switch back there. So uh, let's see, that's either a big read there, or I guess in the case of Acosta was checked out and just kind of hoping for the best, and did getting the best there. Got that double there. It's something to get back on the board. Obviously, I had to go with the high tiers. Talon has the starts. It's huge for myself. All right, well, Acosta has the game 7 call. See where he goes. I would expect probably a little bit of a mix up here. Had to burn a power play, but still got another one. All right.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's better to have, 2 power plays rather than if this was like a best of 7, you would be out of power plays for the rest of the match, and then you're just going to have to go gun blazing. Oh yeah, get the flags out, everyone.
All right, full send here. Acosta not wasting any time. Really wants to get these high tier starts going here.
Yeah, really, definitely. Let's see what we get for the first one. A blue 4. Not terrible, but not bad. Of course, Allen would have the power play advantage since he still has his 2 to Acosta's 1 remaining.
All right, we're running blue here for now on this start. Both playing it calm. They've opened this one up on the numbers.
Probably just saving all the ammo for later in this when they get down to almost a Uno. Lose 7. Big switch to red. So calm and clean on red so far from both of these players.
Yeah, just kind of keeping it going here. First ammo card coming out here, and it's from Allen. Double play. That'll give him the position arrow lead. It's been a calm start so far for the most part, but when do things start really picking up? Switch to yellow.
Yellow. Yeah, good yellow switch from Acosta. Yellow 3. Both players okay with yellow for the time being. Ooh,
Big run
big
here
play from
from
Acosta.
Acosta. 4-card run goes down to 6.
That's both yellow reverses off the table there. What does Acosta have? So he's got it. Don't think he'll have the finisher, but just looking at his hand to see what he can play.
Yeah, Acosta, I mean, definitely, if he can get another win here, that's definitely going to make Allen feel a little bit, antsy here. But Acosta with the lead here, gets another switch here, goes into green. I've not seen the green yet this game. That is Pandora's box. We'll see what comes out of this. Ooh, an immediate switch into red. Does a triple ampersand though, so it's gonna have to type that red 3 out again. There we go.
Yeah, looks like he accidentally put 3 hands instead of 2, but nevertheless, that triple play.
Not gonna really affect things. But go into red here. Both have 5. No one's drawn yet in this game. I will mention most of these games have been decently quick so far in this series here. I haven't had anything go over 6 minutes.
Costa just looking at his hand, thinking, what would be the best move in that position.
Goes for the
Ooh,
wild
switch.
green.
Mm-hmm.
Wild red.
Wow.
Alan responds with wild of his own. Does Acosta have something else up his sleeve?
Hope that was not a fatal switch from Allen there, switching back over the red.
Acosta gonna use
Oh,
his second power play.
now he'll be out of power plays for the rest of the match, while Allen still has his two.
And again, it's both power plays were used to get that immediate switch out. So, trying to get that green here, throws another card onto Allen's hand here. And another wild. Oh
My
my god. And again,
goodness.
similar to the first power play, a wild of some variety just kind of threw off what he was hoping for. In the last game, it did eventually work out here, but this one's definitely feeling a little bit more joy. He's going to need to find a very quick switch here.
Oh,
Can he
based off
find...
off.
Nope.
No.
I have to question also if Allen is even going to power play because, I mean, he's been down low multiple times and he has not even looked close to try and use it. So,
Yeah.
red 8, yellow 8 here. Allen draws,
That's a big
though.
question because he still has his two. Acosta's now out for the rest of the match, which hope that power play does not come back to haunt Acosta.
Oh, Costa now
Yellow
able
two.
to run the yellow here. Allen draws still. Costa gets the Uno here. This could be another game in a row where even though the initial power play kind of got blown up, this could work out in the long term. Another draw here. Is it all yellow from Acosta to finish this one out? No.
No.
One short there.
Mm-hmm.
And we just hit 7 minutes here, so this is going to be the longest game of the series to this point. Allen gets a top deck yellow 4. Acosta still drawing. Allen with no switch. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bit of a hand reset here.
I agree. Even though if Allen were to use a power play, I mean, it's still not the end of the world. He would still have one left if he does want to use it. Ooh, top deck green wild from Acosta.
Yeah, Acosta gonna go for the first move here, and I don't blame him. He is lower on the cards. Green 1 here. Acosta gonna get to at least 2. Can he run all green to the end, or does he need to switch? Down to 2. What does Allen do here? 5 cards left in his hand. Allen is gonna use his power play, at least the first one.
Question is this one the finisher? Is this going to be one of those?
Switch the red. Acosta is thinking it's over here. And Allen looking for the 4-card finish from the red 9, and not quite
Oh,
there. Gets a run to Uno, but Acosta still has a chance to respond.
that's a huge break for Acosta. He got lucky there.
And my question is, was that potentially mistimed? Because Allen was going to be able to get that red 9 switch no matter what. If Acosta got the Uno, would not have been able to do the power play there, but I mean, big run there from Acosta. I mean, it's going to be a lot of questions on that one. I mean, if Acosta had the +4 finish, then yes, definitely the power play helped save the game there, but if not, and it ended up coming from the +2 there, you gotta wonder if maybe that could have been timed a bit differently for Allen. We're gonna have to keep an eye out on that one as the rest of this game goes, but Big run there from Acosta to save the game. Ends up being a +10. And no red from Acosta, so gonna draw ultimately, just throwing cards towards Allen to try to keep him at bay. But yeah, it's 2 power plays in this game so far. And we'll see how this one shapes up, but Acosta's still drawing, Allen looking to still play. But Allen's out now, so no one with red or 4.
Well,
Speaking
if
there's a
there's,
4.
yeah, I was gonna say the good thing for Allen, he does have that one power play left. So
We're gonna have to see how this one pans out, because I mean, definitely, it obviously depends on what Acosta's hand was there down to 2 cards, but that I'm really wondering, that could have been mistimed.
mhm.
Both running green for now here. Allen switches the
Switch,
blue.
it switched there. Was that a fatal switch from Allen? Is the question.
The big thing here, Acosta has 5 cards. Maybe looking for a bit of a run. And or just kind of thinking through what's the best card to play in this situation. Does not have any more power plays, so cannot rely on that. Double play here from Acosta down to 3.
Well,
And as
Acosta's gonna have to hope and pray that he's got a good finisher to win this game. Otherwise, Allen's gonna snipe him.
And nothing from Allen here. Is this going to be a switch that
Mm.
potentially is costly for Allen? We shall see.
What does Allen play from a blue 6?
I'm looking for something here. Gets the blue 8. I will mention every wild is off the board, but there's still 3+4s remaining. Cost of drawing.
Surely, I think probably if they draw, they'll probably have at least 1+4 in their hand between those two.
We'll see. Still 44 cards left in the deck.
Switch to yellow.
It's interesting.
Cos-
I think Allen's going to be banking on being able to run this for a while and Costa not having much. Because he found a dead end on blue, but he was also stuck, and he will find a dead end on yellow. So,
Mm.
Allen getting what he needed. Yellow 1 here. I think we just hit a little bit over an hour on the stream overall. Yeah, hour and 3 minutes.
Switch over to
Just
red from Acosta.
13 minutes in this game here. Another draw from Allen, and Acosta gonna draw as well, so that's gonna be a double ice there. Costa looked to have that straight red one. Just kind of wanted to force both into a draw there if he was not able to get rid of it in a way that could win the game. So I think Costa's going to be okay with drawing for now. Does Allen maybe get a quick switch here? No. All right, no switch from Allen. We stay on red 4.
Let's see what Allen's gonna respond.
Ooh,
Whoa.
there's a +4. First of the remaining 3. Costa up to 9 cards here. Do we potentially see a +4 get returned the sender? We'll see what Acosta does on this one. Could have some extra goodies here. Could have junk. Gotta figure out what he wants to do next, though.
Probably thinking, let's see. Oh, a +2 on top of that. And a
All right,
green 8.
Goes a little bit there, but not too much. Alan's still with the lead here. We'll see if Alan wants to keep this green going or if he wanted to switch. Gonna keep it going on green for now. This has been a long fight here in Game 7. Get about to hit 15 minutes here. This has been much longer than the prior 6 games here. And that kind of is showing the importance of this game here, because I mean, if Acosta gets this one, it's 2 wins in a row, and I think for Alan, especially with one of his power plays being used, it's definitely going to make him feel a bit antsy here.
Green 6 there from Acosta.
I think that could give Acosta some of the confidence to try to bring this back, but we continue running green here. Acosta's out. Alan looking to get lower. Does. Alan able to play another card. Actually has green 7, second green 7. Played the first one on the chain with the +4. What does Acosta? Does Acosta have any options here? He did just draw on the green 8 beforehand. Could he have a switch? Is he deciding on the switch? Does he have ammo? What will he do? Switches the red. Hoping for a draw here.
Hopefully it's not a fatal There's the second power play.
The power play here. We'll
This
see if
might
that ends up
do
being
it.
that might have been a fatal switch there. Red 6. We'll see. If this is a +4 on the green, then it was a no-win scenario there. No, +4 in the blue.
Yep.
And Alan, 9th +4 in that one, second of the game, and that will seal it. And Alan, back-to-back Final Fours, moves on to face Mark in the Final Four. Gets it done here, and I mean, man, this has been quite a season for tournament winners. In terms of getting the run back here, I mean, gotta think through it. Mark made it to, I believe, the round of 8 in his run back. Ridley also made the round of 8. And then Alan here now in the Final Four. And okay, so I did mention that I was getting a little confused on the way Alan was using that with power play. I think he did ultimately go too early. He might have gone too early on that first one there, but he was able to kind of correct course on the second one with enough time passed. But able to get out of that one. Acosta, good fight there at the end of that, but unfortunately 2 +4s towards the end of that one, kind of not going his way. He was trying to searching through the deck, but just could not really find any answers he needed to try and bring that one back. But yeah, I'm gonna get it done here. We'll get some thoughts here from Alan in just a second. Luck was on my side, really. Yeah, I mean, Acosta had one extra wild, but I mean, 9 to 5 on the +4s, 8 to 6 on the +2s, and then skips reverses. I think Acosta has one extra to combine those to balance. But I really think the +4s were kind of the difference maker on this one, which is not necessarily an uncommon thing we've said in the past, but I mean, if that went a little differently, that could have been a big difference for Acosta in this series here. What was your thoughts on how this one played out?
Yeah, that was a really good series so far. I mean, tough loss for Asim Acosta, just got very unlucky, but that's the name of the nature. But I mean, Acosta shouldn't be too upset. He made it all the way to the round of 8, so I think Acosta should have some good momentum going into T5, and for Allen making back-to-back Final Fours, it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to do against Mark, because Mark has been one of the quieter rookies, other than Luke. And it's going to be really interesting to see what Allen could do against a rookie, because if Allen can do what he did back in the Final Four in Josh June, I have a feeling we may end up seeing Allen back in the finale before you know it.
Let's see what I have to say here. For Acosta, I mean, I mean, again, I think that one game was definitely at least a match. Unfortunately, towards the end of that, it was kind of some of the trends from this series kind of persisting towards the end of that one, and ultimately not able to get it done there. But a good fight there in Game 7. Any comments from that one there? Walk us through any moments where you thought maybe you had a shot to get close and maybe get another one on the board, but either one or two things went wrong. They kind of forced into a reset there. Any kind of moments that stick out from that game there, and just kind of any general thoughts here, as even though you do go out in this round, still the best on the season here, and some decent momentum heading into tournament 5 here. Look to continue what's been an overall solid year for you in the league. We'll mention this also, Alan. That is 10th win of the season. I do want to check something real quick. Does have a DQ win, so 9 non-DQ wins, but yeah, able to add to that tally there. 46 and 29. So it's been a solid run of things for Alan as of late. He'll get it done in 7 here. Yeah, get thoughts from both players on this one. Again, while we're waiting for both Royals' first confirmed Final Four matchup, Allen versus Mark, that is a match of 2 tournament winners, so we will have a tournament winner in the finale confirmed. Allen also sends a voice message accidentally. Yeah, let me read this first, and then we'll go back to you. I was looking for burnable power plays earlier, but I had to forgot about the double blue 8 earlier. Can't lie, didn't win tonight. Let's get more on luck. Mark beat him 4-0, but his new challenge also hurt buddy KT's in the Final Four, and Caesar has a shot. I'm so happy for those guys. Oh man, I mean, if this is a KT Caesar Final Four and Allen wins his Final Four match, dear God, that finale is gonna be very, very chaotic, to say the least. And I'm not sure if that's going to be for the right reasons, but we'll see. But Boyles, going back to what I was saying before, your thoughts, Alan versus Mark in the Final Four. Not the first time they've played each other this season, though, because again, they did play at this. They did play earlier on. I'm gonna pull up their match from before. That was in the ironically last tournament in the round of 32. That's kind of where Alan started his big old run here. But gonna have another match, second tournament in a row they play each other. But your thoughts on that one? There was 4-0 last time, but it's definitely gonna be a different playing field with it being a best 11-2 power play this go around as opposed to the best 7-1 power play.
Yeah, that's going to be something that, is going to be something new for Mark, because, he's not used to having more power plays. He's only was used to the one power play, as you mentioned, back in the round of 32. So if Mark can learn from his mistakes that he had in the last time he faced Allen, I think it will be either a very interesting series, because what Mark doesn't want to have happen is having history repeat itself again. So should be interesting to see what happens between Mark and Allen in the final four, and going to be interesting, and hopefully that will be a good one to find out who's going to the finale and who's going to have to see what they need to do in T5.
All right, let's read some comments here from Acosta. Came in tonight hoping for a good one after the first game, but it was straight downhill from there, honestly. Another chance gets the Final Four, close to getting host from getting checked multiple times, sadly getting smacked +4 multiple times. Just felt getting dashed like this. Super frustrating to get played like get played like this, but whatever. It's really you could say about this watching this. Props and Allen moving on, felt straight BS throughout the series. So yeah, Acosta a bit frustrated on that one there. I don't know what Acosta's doing with that one there. Reacting to the meat 6. But yeah, and then Alan gonna use that as the quote. So yeah, that's gonna do it. First Final Four confirmed. Congratulations to Alan on the win. Second straight Final Four here. Goes up against Mark, who was also tournament winner. Second time that matchup's happening this season, and second tournament in a row we have it. This time it's a Final Four matchup. Can Alan go back to back? We shall see. But at the end of the day, Allen just kind of keeping the ball rolling here and moves on to the Final Four to face Mark. Hopefully that will be a good matchup there. Again, it was 4-0 last time, but new playing field, new different rule set with the best of 11 and additional power play. So hopefully you have a good match in that one. Got one more Final Four spot to determine. That'll be between Caesar and Luke on the resumption. Again, Luke is currently leading 4-3 here, so needs one more game win to lock his first Final Four appearance since 2025 February flurry. So it's been a pretty long time for Luke, looking to get his first D1 Final Four and his second overall of his entire career. So we'll see if he can do it. Bringing the coverage at the end of that match at, I believe, 2 p.m. tomorrow. But other than that, that'll do it for this stream. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to Al on the win. I want to thank Voiles for being our ref and co-commentator for this one. Voiles, great to have you in the booth here. Any final thoughts before we wrap up the stream here?
Yeah, I really have been impressed, with Luke so far today. And, as we get ready for the resumption of his game tomorrow, going to be interesting to see, how Caesar can do in response, because Caesar absolutely needs to win to force a game 9. Because if Luke does what he did in his game wins so far today, I have a feeling it could be Luke in the final four. So should be interesting. Hopefully, we'll have a great end to what was a very good series between Luke and Caesar.
All right, hopefully that ends up being a great series. Again, you could find resumption on that matchup tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm pretty sure it's 2 p.m., right?
Yes.
Resumption on that one, 2 p.m. to close out the Approach 8. But that will do it. Got some in-season challenge stuff coming up here. Got our first Final Four of the in-season challenge tomorrow at noon. Between Taco and Yoshi, and then the other semifinal is going to be Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Monkey and Cody Lamas on that one. I will bring you coverage on that one live when it happens. But until then, I'm G-Man. Thank you so much for watching the stream. I have also co-commentator on behalf of my co-commentator and ref, Daniel Voiles. Both are players and everyone who came out to watch the stream, which I think tonight was just Acosta, but it was all good. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations on Andreas Allen getting the win here. Second straight Final Four for him. Him versus Mark coming up next year to determine which winner will get a shot at a second tournament win this season and move on to the finale. But until then, I'm G-Man. Take care, everyone, and we will see you all tomorrow for the semifinal of the in-season challenge, and as well as the resumption of Luke versus Caesar. Until then, have a great night, everyone, and stay safe out there. Have a good one.